Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Alan Wake 2, where today we're digging into the Lake House, the newest expansion that I'm getting to maybe just a little bit later than I had hoped. It's cool to play stuff on release, but if you get to it 2 weeks later, probably all the bugs are ironed out, right? That was totally the plan. Like Night Springs, I'm expecting this is going to be a pretty short little experience here, but they are promising us some more Federal Bureau of Control stuff, which I'm super excited about. So, let's get into it.
Bright Falls, 1970, 76, 8. Last one was in 2010. It's not exactly clockwork, but this town most.
Yep,
I knew it was just
nice
a
and
matter
smooth.
of time before the lake acted up again. After the AWE in 2010, the FBC's research department set up a facility, the Lake House, to study the threshold in Cauldron Lake, find better ways to contain the entity inside. Your tax dollars at work. When we detected a spike in paranatural activity at Cauldron Lake, before I even knew you were on this case, Saga, the Lake House was my first stop. I was short-handed, hoped they could spare some help, maybe give us some intel on the situation. If I had any clue what was waiting for us in there, Saga, I'd have just kept on driving. This is Agent Kieran Estevez responding to an AWE alert in the vicinity. I need to speak with the Marmons. So much for the welcome wagon. You all set up the perimeter. We're on the Threshold's doorstep, so keep your eyes peeled.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is something I was hoping we were going to get a little bit more of during the main Alan Wake game. I am so into the Bureau of Control as a concept. So can I just swipe this? Will it work? Okay, cool.
This shouldn't take long, okay? You see anything? Radio me.
Now, we don't know who the Marmonts are, right? I don't remember that name coming up. Obviously, at this point, we're like pretty
The
deep.
Lake House was run by the research department. Research and investigations don't really see eye to eye. What they call science, I call a violation of Bureau protocol and human decency. Classic interdepartmental drama. Your FBI saga, you know how it goes. Now, in retrospect, my low opinion of the research department may have clouded my judgment.
What I was saying is we're a couple layers deep in lore from other games and stuff here, so there's a lot of detail. A lot of things might have escaped my memory, my legendarily shoddy memory. Can we access the van? No van access. Can we steal cool shit from the dumpster? No dumpster access. Okay. Let's see if this works here.
Hello? Agent Kieran Estevez, Investigations Department.
Okay, so sort of echoing the beginning of Control in some ways. The way she's talking about, the way she's like relating the story to Saga, definitely tells us that she survives, right?
The individual carrying a firearm into a restricted government facility? No?
Hello, and welcome to another exciting day here at the Lake House. As I'm sure you know, I am Dr. Jules Marmont, and this is my wife.
Dr. Diana Marmont.
And together we are the heads of research at this facility. We want to thank you all for helping us break new ground in our study of Cauldron Lake.
That's right, Jules. But don't let our exciting work in threshold regulation and dimensional coupling keep you from observing the proper safety protocols.
You said it, Diana. We run a tight ship here at the Lake House. So, always remember the 3 S's. Safety, security, and censorship.
It's a C. It's a C.
What? Yeah, that is the joke, Diana.
Well, it's a stupid fuck.
Wonderful joke, Jules. We'll see you down there.
That's very smooth.
That seems healthy.
Very smooth dubbing. I almost didn't even notice. So, okay. The sort of like automated welcome systems are still intact, which might mean that any automated security protocols are still turned on, maybe? From Ava Romani to FBC personnel, status update regarding the oldest house. To all staff, on-site observation teams report the oldest house is still under active lockdown. Status of Director Trench, management team, and all other personnel inside the oldest house at the time of the lockdown's initialization remains unknown. Observation teams have detected fluctuations in the field originating from the oldest house, increasing in strength as it loops through a specific pattern every so many hours. Its readings are currently being analyzed by research staff in the Boston office. Any personnel with information pertaining to the signal should contact them immediately. So it's interesting that in 2023, when did Control come out? It's interesting that in 2023 they still think of Trench as the director. Like, I wonder how much information has managed to escape the oldest house, like, at all. Do people in the outside world even know about Jesse? Hey, this will probably be helpful.
Handy.
All right, so the lake house is not a huge facility. A lot of the 3rd floor is taken up by this automated typing device chamber. Okay.
An experiment. That bodes well.
I think that was a menu noise. I don't think that was a real diegetic sound. Okay. Any unaccompanied artist must be reported to security immediately. That's pretty wise in this area. Boy, he really loves that joke. It is a very corporate management sort of joke. It has the right texture. Okay, so this is
Dr. Marmont's not here.
this is the office of the person who might actually be useful.
I'll have to check downstairs.
That's a picture of Trench there, I think. What have we here? Science fact of the day. Though most famous for acting, Hedy Lamarr also invented in her free time. She patented a frequency hopping device for torpedo guidance systems at the age of 38.
Changing passwords, huh?
Hedy Lamarr really was something. Update to computer password reset policy. Effective September 13th, all computer passwords must be reset daily
Guess
to
I'll be
address
working on
security
the lower
concerns.
levels.
Okay, all
I
right,
need to head down.
Estevez, I'm getting to it. We are aware this may be an inconvenient change and lead to difficulty remembering your password. We recommend using a permanent set of digits as the beginning of the password, followed by numbers that change daily. Try using significant personal dates, coordinates, etc., but do not use birthdays, the current date, phone numbers, etc. Please also remember that for the time being, passwords are not to exceed 6 digits. Thank you for your compliance. Oh boy. Passwords that are only numerical and can't be longer than 6 digits, that's not the greatest security space. So it is Thursday the 14th of September right now, we are being told. And I'm sure it's going to come up. Research profile subject P. Through extensive testing, the subject has been confirmed to possess an intrinsic paranatural ability that manifests exclusively during the act of painting. The paintings feature scenes or events he would have no knowledge of, even sometimes painting an event before it occurs. This effect has been proven multiple times and has an estimated 40 to 100% success rate. Note the lack of precision in this range is due to the team's inability to prove that a painting's content will not be realized at some point in the eventual future. Yeah, I guess that would make it difficult to measure. Researchers asked to reiterate their hesitance to publish any concrete statements surrounding the subject and his ability at this time, as the nature of the paintings and their paranatural effect have been exceptionally difficult to measure and quantify. Conclusion, the subject is suspected to be a Class 2 para-utilitarian, though additional testing will be required to confirm this. At this time, his ability is not believed to be a direct threat to himself or others and can be controlled. The nature of his ability is to show current or future events via the art he creates, but the extent of this forecasting cannot be determined by researchers with any high level of precision. Unlike the art created by Alan Wake, there is no evidence that the subject's art is directly manipulating reality via the shadow's energies. They say not dangerous, but like, a person with foreknowledge of the future could certainly make themselves dangerous, right? Almost any piece of foreknowledge about the future. Replacement keycard request form filled out by Jules Marmont. Required clearance, the highest one, I forget what it is called. Reason for replacement, my old card went missing. How would I know if it is stolen or is lost? Why do you not put microchips inside to follow them if you are so concerned with this? I am the head of research and I expect a new card on my desk by the end of the workday. It is not great to have one of the a copy of the highest security clearance keycards just go walkabout. Not the way you would like your ship to be run. And here's the other one. Head in quotation marks. Feels like there's a lot of animosity between them. On the recommendation of the faculty and by the virtue of the authority vested in them, the trustees of Barrow University have conferred on Jules Francois Marmont the degree of Doctor of Applied Science and is entitled to all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. William Devereux and Paul Jensen. This exceptional contribution certificate from the Bureau of Control is awarded to Jules Marmont in grateful recognition of his outstanding contributions to the Bureau's scientific endeavors, from Casper Darling. The senior leadership of the Federal Bureau of Control has determined to appoint Dr. Jules Marmont as head of research at Cauldron Lake. Will be shared with Diana Marmont effective upon the facility's completion on July 18th. Okay. Well, I guess let's, we'll head down. We'll head down eventually. We will get to it. The Lake House Daily. Good news, HQ still dark. Pie was good. More pie for the rest of us. We have coffee. Deerfest is this week. Everybody loves Deerfest. Bad news, HQ still dark. I was kind of wondering how that was good news. I guess it could get worse, right? Nut allergy bad. No Ama beer. The artist is illegible. I want to say it... maybe it's not worth guessing. I was going to try to make sense of the shapes here, but someone stole the black whiteboard marker and all vacation time has been canceled. And I guess somebody stole the black whiteboard marker before the beginning of this week, given the Deerfest thing. Okay, that just says don't touch. This is an awfully conspicuous building. They built up on these stands and everything. The Romnus Daily Stand-Up. I do not miss working in an office environment. Let me tell you, I was very badly adapted for that. The dangers of doodling. Please remember, any unauthorized art can skew the results of ongoing research. Following types of recreational activity are forbidden: doodling, rhythmic drumming with pencil fingers or other makeshift percussion instrument, stacking office supplies into sculpture-like arrangements, dancing, or humming. So they have a music thing going on separate from the drawing thing. That's interesting. Brant Davis is trying to sell a kayak. He's trying real hard to sell this kayak. Okay. Can we...
It's locked.
No, that's inconvenient. Any chance there's a spare key sitting around? No, and Auti's not here to let us in. I wish I could get her to, like, just go up on her tiptoes, you know? Because we could see into that office a little bit better. But sadly, video game characters have... they have a real limited range of motion a lot of the time. All right, well... This feels very unsafe. All right, I have to assume that has not unlocked our access to the deep, deep levels, right? Like...
Access denied.
Yep.
No, you are not keeping me out.
All right.
I'll need a key card with clearance.
Okay, we are not, in fact, allowed to do any of these. Did a key card get delivered to the desk? Did I just miss it? It doesn't look like it. Oh, I didn't interact with the computer at all either. Okay, the noise these things are making is not important. All right, so effective September 13th, all computer passwords must be reset. We recommend using a permanent set of digits as the beginning of the password, followed by numbers that change daily. Try using significant personal dates, coordinates. All right, there were some significant personal dates over here, right? Diana did not. That statue's not dated, but these will have dates. Actually, okay, July 18th is the only thing that's written down. So part of the problem with this is, well, I was going to say we don't know what day, people like theoretically disappeared, but of course we do. It's the last day that's left here. For some reason I was like, well, this is one of those daily calendars, so it will always be showing today. But no, people would stop removing days when there are no more people around to do that. So let's hope that they chose to format the dates in an American fashion. Maybe. The thing is, like, my intent here is to put in like 7/18 for July 18th and then 9/14 for September. But that system breaks down as soon as you get to October, right? Because then you would need 7 characters to represent the date. So that's probably not the right answer, but we're still going to try it.
That's not right.
Also, I already don't remember. Was it 7/18? I already don't remember the date we read over here. Yeah. Okay, so July 18th. I mean, he's got a French accent. So maybe he... Jules Marmont. Because, like, it could just be Canadian, right? When you hear a French accent in the northern part of the United States, you think Canadian, not French. But it is possible that...
Come on.
Okay. It's not day before month because European dates. The static numbers were recommended as the beginning of the password, right? But yeah, followed by numbers that change daily. And it says do not use birthdays or the current date or anything, but like, you know, every time you read one of these in a video game, it's so that you can find that people are intentionally disobeying it. So I don't necessarily put a lot of stock at that. If he was actually following the rules, though, and he was not using the current date. Numbers that change daily. I mean... we know that this is September 13th. And then he stopped pulling days off his calendar on September 14th. So if it's just like incremental, then maybe it's...
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Maybe he started with one.
Damn it.
No, he did not one index his... he did not 0 index it either. Well, then... so we have a significant personal date. Permanent set of digits is the beginning of the password, followed by numbers that change daily. But if the numbers that change daily aren't the current date and also aren't, you know, just an incrementing set, then what are we to imagine they will be?
Nope.
Oh, that's not what I meant. 718.
Damn it.
Okay. I was just wondering if maybe he hadn't gotten around to changing his password on the second day yet. I'm feeling a little foolish here. I don't know what we're going to get out of getting into his computer either, because the thing we need is a key card, right? Like, we need a physical object, and unless we can get his computer to print us one, it doesn't seem like it's probably going to be all that helpful. I don't expect anybody else would have a key card on their desk necessarily, although we might maybe be able to find the key card that went missing. It's weird, a circle made of thumbtacks in the surface of the desk. And here a circle made of donuts. I am realizing I didn't actually look at all of these desks. I think these ones over here in the corner escaped us. Another circle. This time of paper balls. Yeah, something occurred here for sure. Circle of coffee cups. I am experiencing concern. Little pen things are arranged in a circle. Oh, wait, this is an identifiable document. Okay, please remember the following recreational activities are forbidden in the waters of Cauldron Lake. These restrictions apply to both civilians and FBC employees. Fishing, redacted, swimming. You can't redact stuff that you don't want people to... How are they going to know not to do it? Boating. Oh, that was weird. Using the water for redacted purposes, water skiing, redacted in the water, paddleboarding. These activities can result in redacted... Okay. If you are unclear about any of the restrictions... Okay. No information. Security report regarding local rumors. A recent security operation was performed among the citizens of Bright Falls and Watery. The goal of this operation was to ascertain public knowledge and opinion of the lake house and its operations. The following information was gained through covert listening and informal questioning. The local public appear to view the area around the lake house with fear. This is, of course, the intended reaction, as the Bureau has publicly marked the area as dangerous due to quote-unquote volcanic gases. However, there is a specific rumor among the public regarding a government facility in the woods run by mad scientists taking people for experimentation. This rumor seems particularly popular among local youth, and its proximity to the truth is cause for concern. Worst case outcome would be an increase in curiosity or possibly even aggression. It is possible this is even the reason for the lake house's security breach. Security personnel will continue to monitor youth chatter. If the rumors continue, disseminating a cover story may be required, perhaps even fabricated signage for an American Volcano Commission type institution. I suppose it's not the worst plan they've ever come up with. Okay, so one would expect that the security office might have a key card, right? My guess is I'm probably not going to be able to just shoot the lock off. Nope, that's a relatively serious door. Notice that the metal detector does not go off when we go through it. There's a drop ceiling in there. Oh, it goes off when we go through it the one way. Yeah, there's a drop ceiling in there, and there's a drop ceiling here. I wonder if... Well, I'm not going to be able to get Estevez to crawl up into the roof, I'm sure. But frankly, that's just laziness. She should be willing to do whatever it takes. Okay, nothing of interest in the garbage. I mean, the place does seem pretty clean. All right, it does seem like there is nothing to do here except... It just says G101 on the top right there. It's not a date or anything. Well... I am certainly feeling a little silly. I imagine the significant personal date part is right. It's the numbers that change daily that I'm probably not figuring out what they want us to do with. It says don't use the current date or anything, but that calendar is very prominently displayed. Maybe... There's a 38 on the calendar page. Maybe it's just like he's just putting in the first number of any other kind that he sees on his calendar. No such luck. The 38 in the Hedy Lamarr information is highlighted, so... Or it's like it's bolded. So I thought, I don't know, maybe it's important enough. If he's doing like the date with the month included.
That's not right.
Wait, that's not right? It looked right. So yeah, I guess it was 07/18 for the personal date and then 38 for that's weird. That's a weird way to do that, because how are you going to guarantee that you always have a 2-digit number and then you're actually only limiting yourself to 100 different passwords, right? And you're going to run, it's only going to take you a couple of months, few months to run through that whole space. And I don't know. That doesn't seem like a real plan, but okay, fine. We can, in fact, unlock the security door from here. And also, we can check his email. From B. Lopez, remember to lock your computer before leaving your station. Changing your password daily does not improve our facility's security if you don't remember to lock your computer. Fair enough. From P. Levine, Dr. Marmont, Project Arbutus has officially requested we return the pages. We aren't using them for any work on Project Ramnus, and they are shared research materials, so can I release them back? That's a Perry Levine. From H. Kingston, does next Wednesday work? About the annual budget. Go fuck yourself, Jules. I apologize for the difficulty my wife is presenting, Harry. I believe she is suggesting I would take her project's budget, an unfair and preposterous accusation, though I am confident you understand that. I would be happy to meet and discuss the annual budget. It is, of course, the head of research's job to oversee such work. Maybe Diana is no longer up to the task. Diana is a little hostile, but this guy seems to be equally mean. He's just being a little bit more smiley about it. Okay, so friendly reminder, yeah, proposed annual budgets. Okay, I think we've got everything of import here. So if that has opened the security office, perhaps we will indeed. Wow, she really had... I was intending to slow down and open that the normal way, but she has a lot of enthusiasm in her heart.
That should get me downstairs.
All right, security clearance 1 is a start. Also, extremely adorable cat. Anything else around here? When apricot-grade security threat is detected, the entire floor will enter lockdown. During lockdown, everybody shelters in place. Doors will automatically close and lock, preventing the spread of dangerous material and unrestrained entities. Okay. Nothing terribly surprising here, except for the adorableness of that cat. I guess let's head down a level, finally.
As soon as I got in that elevator, my bad news detector started going nuts.
I feel like there has to be a staircase, right?
Estevesta team, something's going on in the lake house. I want all nearby agents to... Oh, shit!
What's going on?
Estevez, get out of the elevator. Okay.
Agent Estevez. What's your status?
Breach detected on sublevel 5. Staff should seek shelter immediately.
We have a situation in the lake house. All agents converge on the facility now.
Oh, okay.
Belay that order. Shit.
So,
Threshold event had hit the lake house. Where's the fucking elevator?
on the plus side, this is paint, not blood, as I had first
Priority
assumed.
1, get the lights on.
On the downside, this
Standing
is paint.
around in the dark near Cauldron Lake. You're not smart?
This whole artist situation is going to get real out of control real fast. Also, I'm going to maybe just nudge the audio down a little bit. It's a little warm, in my opinion. It's a little hot. So, yeah, let's maybe just give it a little push.
What the fuck was that?
Okay, well, so we don't know what the deal is with the artist. We just know that there's some kind of para-utilitarian stuff occurring. Research subjects must be escorted by Bureau personnel whenever out of their cell. Seems reasonable enough. All right, threshold linking experiment progress report by Dr. Jules Marmont. The work to create a stable link between our reality and that of the blank continues. Progress is good, with all teams reporting high confidence that a successful connection will soon be possible. Recent efforts in utilizing the paintings produced by Subject P to adjust reality in such a way that achieves our goals were unsuccessful. However, this result allowed us to discard that avenue of research and focus solely on a much more viable one. Our new hypothesis states that the threshold's energies, and thus its reality-altering effect, are drawn to pieces of art that contain significant level of emotion. Emotion in like scare quotes. This is supported by a clear trend in the data we've gathered over the years. If we can identify and quantify the emotion of an art piece, our work will speed up considerably. Work has already proceeded with an immediate focus on developing devices capable of measuring the level of emotion in any given piece of art. This feels like a doomed task. For now, our research will continue to focus solely on the art produced by Subject P. While no pieces of his have yielded successful results outside of their assistance in discovering the pages, his proven status as a para-utilitarian makes his work the most suitable research material. Okay. And up here, a research order. As the lake house continues to make progress toward its goal, various avenues of research are being pursued. Recently, one such avenue has yielded unexpected results. The research into nursery rhymes, directed by the Marmonts led by Dr. Campbell, has, as an art form, has shown viability in its ability to connect with the Cauldron Lake threshold. As a result, the nursery rhyme findings will now be carried forward by the co-heads of research and incorporated into ongoing research across the lake house effective immediately. Research teams will be briefed on how to utilize the effective elements of the nursery rhymes into their own work. Dr. Campbell and his team are being reassigned. They will continue to develop their work on nursery rhymes outside the lake house. Any exposure risks related to performing confidential work outside the facility's premises have been acknowledged and accepted. Okay. That's sort of interesting. I'm gonna close this. I will just feel slightly safer if it's a little harder for creepy crawlies to come up behind us. The panel control room has a projector running in it for whatever reason.
Dr. Darling.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised. That dude is everywhere a film strip could possibly want to be. Okay, not necessarily a terribly useful clip. They sure are making some creepy noises behind us. Alright, what does this do?
Okay, doesn't do a damn thing without power.
Alright, nothing I suppose is an answer. And here we have one of those standard oldest house style shelters. Okay, not bad. That's helpful. Toilet seems a little bit miserable to use, probably. Okay, so we're gonna have to go turn the power on somewhere else. Try not to twitch too much here. My instinct is to sort of like whip my aim around all over the place every time I hear a noise. But I know that is not necessarily the most fun thing to watch.
Okay. Power core receiver. Plugging a core in should get the lights on.
In the event of power loss due to paranatural event, only use lever once power core is properly connected. Okay. So we just have to find one. Oh. Apologies. That was a little hand twitch. Do not contaminate the lake house with unrelated art. What is the first word here? Figurines. Figurines, ornaments, decorations, and other trinkets are forbidden on employee desks. Yeah, fair enough. There seems to be a serious thing occurring. That sound was very close to us, right? I'm not imagining that. Looks like we can probably throw the power switch in there. Okay, I mean, that's something. It's useful. Okay, some machine in here.
That is not a regulation FBC weapon.
Some machine in here is making a noise that sounds like footsteps, which is a horrible way to design a machine.
Can't open it from the side.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like a light anti-tank weapon or something. All right, this is
Make these things lighter.
This is very unfortunate. Having to carry this with both arms, not able to use the gun or the flashlight. This is a terrifying bit of design.
The way I saw it, there was only one way out. Identify the source of the event and contain or eliminate it. Now, good news, I just had to keep going down. Bad news, the elevator liked to disappear.
Also, other bad news, everything else that is currently happening. But yeah, this is a pretty scary bit of design, giving you these things that you have to hold with both hands and move around in order to progress. Okay, and with that in place... Okay, easy.
At least the elevator's back.
I know the game is... Okay. Thought it was a person shape. I know the game is just making lots of sounds to mess with me. And I feel like that should make me a little bit more resilient to it. But it certainly is not having that effect. Attention, missing Blackrock. Attention all staff, there's a significant amount of Blackrock missing from sublevel 5. I expect there is a misunderstanding and someone has taken it to another floor by mistake. If you did this, please respond to this message and we will fix the problem. Blackrock is a precious material. We only have so much of it now with the oldest house being closed. Perry, do not release any of those pages. Tell Diana and those fools on Project Arbutus that we misplaced them. An unfortunate filing accident. Tell them we are confident the pages will resurface in 2 or 3 weeks, but we're too busy making progress to look for them right now. Be sure you say that we are making progress, just as I wrote it above. That's interesting. A gentle reminder that nut allergies are a serious health issue, and making light of them is not appropriate workplace behavior. Somebody was being an asshole. To celebrate the arrival of fall, I've brought a variety of seasonal pies from that local diner you all seem to love so much. The members of Project Ramnus can come enjoy them in the lobby near my office. All other staff should visit the other Dr. Marmot's office to see if she brought pie. Also, despite the ridiculous dramatics of last year, I have purchased the delicious pecan-filled pies. Well, so this dude sucks, right? We kind of were getting that sense before, but I think that really seals it. Okay, and then yeah, just the general IT notices to everybody. Well, this is lovely. Let's just step in here and have ourselves a quick save. Also a manual save. They go so well together. Can I open this? Am I allowed to? No. I am not allowed to receive supplies. Feels like we should be taking some of these emergency lights, don't you think?
First off, a huge thank you to everyone here. The Lake House has made amazing strides in researching the AWE here at Cauldron Lake. Great work, team. I wanted to come in person so I could check in on the latest work. I won't get in the way. It's not our view, so no reason to be scared. Did you hear that, Dr. Marmot? While I'm here, I want to focus on the relationship between the shadow and the AWE site below the lake. The theory that the shadow even originates from the dimension this threshold is tapping into is compelling. Eventually, I want to understand how this dimension manages to convert subjective elements like art into objective reality. What are the constraints of this phenomenon? Can it, say, create altered items or even objects of power simply by manifesting them via a piece of art? These are the things we need to know to accurately classify the shadow. I mean, that name is not very scientific. I mean, who came up with that? Shadow. So, any and all proposals are welcome. Anything testing art's effect on reality by using the shadow's energy is preferred. To find answers, we'll first need a lot of data. No wrong answers. And when I return to the oldest house, I'll take back anything we end up with to run against a classified project called Hedron to build a comparative data set. I wish I could tell you more. It's a very, very exciting non-physical forces impacting. No, sorry, I really can't. It is. You know what? Maybe some of you can come visit. We'll have to get you clearance, of course, but maybe that can. You know what? I don't want to take the entire day talking. So, the shadow represents a whole new area of research, and I couldn't be more excited to start digging in. It is a great new world, people.
Okay. So Casper Darling was here at some point. We don't actually know exactly. Oh no, Darling is in the building. You never meet him in person during Control, but he is in the building during Control, right? Because you find logs talking about what he has been doing since the lockdown started, I think. Well, in any case. Something ran across there for sure. Alright, well, the door's still closed. That's a good sign. We're gonna just quick save here. Yeah, something definitely ran across the viewable area outside the window. And I'm not honestly sure what the point was of moving the walls around. Okay. Everything's bad, everything's red. Yeah, nothing new. I guess let's just look around this room for any new ways out. Oh, okay.
If you can understand me.
Well, they don't seem to understand that. Okay, give me a little bit more light. That's pretty spooky. Yeah, this seems to be a waste of my time. And more importantly, my ammunition.
What the fuck were those things?
Okay, bad news. I don't have another key card. Like, we need to have discovered another key card. I can't actually get out of here in any useful way. Oh. No, okay, it will let us down.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look, you never really get used to the shit you see in this job, but you can learn techniques to adjust, to function. Take 6 deep breaths, then get to work. Find the source, collapse the threshold.
Mirror, please hold. Please hold.
Now where am I?
Hold. Please hold.
What is that?
Well, I don't care for that. Alright, I mean, like, there's literally nothing else for us to do, right?
If you can understand me, I'm an agent of the Federal Bureau of Control. I can assist you if you take no hostile action against me or any action that can be perceived as hostile. Do you understand?
Well, I'll be damned.
The thing is, I'm a human being, and human beings are profoundly good at perceiving actions as hostile. It's kind of our main thing. So it feels a little unfair to be like, listen, as long as you don't do anything that I decide is a problem with my problem-seeking brain, then everything's gonna be cool. I probably did not help matters any by just flying off the handle and immediately opening fire on the things around us, but, you know, limited verbs.
So what kind of entity are you?
Okay, same.
You can speak. That means you probably imprinted on a person or retained some of your former self's information. Previously human, maybe? Okay, I can work with that.
It certainly sounds like a human.
just had an unpleasant encounter with some other painted individuals. Any relation?
1,000 paintings used corrode.
What does that mean?
Paint no brush, a self-portrait.
Okay, hey, calm down.
Fire in his eyes and hands and bones.
You need to cease all hostility right now. Okay. Bad news. That thing is really pissed off. Good news. It didn't try to kill me. Okay, baby steps.
I mean, I'm not reading it as pissed off so much as like anguished, right? It is clearly suffering physically, emotionally, psychologically. Like there's something very bad here. I guess let's see if the elevator will let us go down any further. Also, I gotta say that, like...
Angry living paintings are not typically on the Cauldron Lake bingo card. But something different was happening at the lake house, and I couldn't let it escape. Bright Falls didn't need this particular cherry on its already shitty sundae.
Sublevel 3.
That cop urge of, I must be the one who has all the violence and everyone here must behave as though they are my hostage, is never helpful. Doesn't improve any situation in real life, and it's certainly not going to improve any situation in which you do not, credibly, have all the violence in the first place. Okay, page development. We didn't really get to see level 2 either. On my map, what does level 2 look like? Yeah, no, there's real stuff going on level 2. Okay, and she's making notes on her map as we go on. That's helpful. Maybe I should have tried to go to level 2. It's a thing to consider, I suppose, for the near future. Okay, that's a lot of drama. So I wonder, were they trying to develop a thing that basically, like, because creating art around Cauldron Lake can give you the ability to shape reality, or the art itself has the ability to shape reality, or something like that, right? So were they trying to develop, like, basically a machine for automatic dynamic reshaping? Something that isn't reliant on having an artist, having a para-utilitarian available? ATD output and calibration. The automated typing device will produce writing mimicking that of Alan Wake, known para-utilitarian, with the goal of affecting reality with the same consistency as Mr. Wake's writing. To reach this level of authenticity, each page produced by the ATDs must be evaluated and graded based on its similarity to Wake's original style. There's a little scroll bar there, but I'm scrolling down and it is not... Can I... Is there a way to get that to scroll with the keyboard? Because it's not scrolling with my mouse. And it seems like it might be important. Okay, well, we can actually just read the text on the thing, huh? The pages will be graded using the following criteria. Comprehensibility. This is the most basic of criteria. The page must use language and develop stories in an understandable, organic way. 2. Style. The pages must accurately mimic the typical style of Wake's writing, using pages in the lake house's possession as reference. 3. Tone. The page must accurately mimic the typical tone of Wake's writing, using pages in the lake... Yeah, okay. Content. accurately reflect the typical content of Wake's writing using pages as reference. Once pages are graded, they will be fed into the algorithm as preferred reference material, thus continually refining the writing produced by the ADTs. It's interesting that's a typo, I guess, because it is ATDs up above. Until they can produce near identical stories to Alan Wake. So it's an AI slop generator. With like kind of a lot of manual handwork in the generation fitness process. It's like basic genetic algorithm stuff. I don't know why I think closing the glass door is going to give me any measure of safety from things.
Rudolph Lane stood back from the canvas. He didn't recognize the piece. Did he paint this? His mind was foggy, unfocused. He knew the Marmonts were putting something in his food. A man in a white coat came to steer Lane back to his cell. He did not resist. He was too tired. He lay on the bed, but the stench in his cell wouldn't let him sleep. An acid stink. The turpentine. The paint. It was all over him. Years of it. 1,000 paintings. 1,000 more to come. A putrid weight he could never wash away. Cold hate simmered below the mist clogging his thoughts. Hatred for the paint. Hatred for the brushes. For the Marmonts. For himself.
Okay, so once again, the mouse wheel is not actually allowing me to scroll down here. Not sure what's going on with that. Hopefully a save and quit will fix it for next session. So words per sentence, maximum 12, minimum 1. The other's just doing some statistical analysis on his writing here. Contains dialogue, clipped phrasing. He does love that clipped phrasing. Broad timeline, third person omniscient. Yep, okay. All the hallmarks of Alan Wake's writing.
Diana and Jules Marmont had once been a team. Rising stars in the Bureau, both talented in their own way. Diana innovated and Jules got funding from the bureaucrats. Cooperation led to respect. Connection. Then after a decade of hard work, the happy couple were promoted. Co-heads of research. Their first years at the lake house were good. Challenging, but not insurmountable. Not for them. Gradually, thoughts fell into their heads like drops of dark water. Why does she get all the credit? Why does he get any credit? With that, a crack formed in the lake house. The Marmonts and their work became arrogant, erratic. The crack widened and the water seeped in.
Okay, so the animosity is probably being prodded along, if not entirely invented, by the Shadow. Alright, character-centric, past tense, clipped phrasing. I am noting that, like, even if I were to write these exact same words, like, I would definitely punctuate this stuff very differently from the way Alan does. I don't know, it's just an interesting sort of, like, his words per sentence are a very conscious choice on his part, because he uses a lot of periods in places where periods don't necessarily need to go, or maybe even belong. Okay. What have we here? Alright, seems useful. Moving forward, research at the lake house will be divided into two distinct projects. Project X10032AW, codename Arbutus, will focus on studying the writing of, we must assume, Alan Wake, with Dr. Diana Marmont serving as project director. Project C43210RL, codename Remnus, will focus on studying blank and his work, probably the painter, with Dr. Jules Marmont serving as project director. Staff will soon be notified regarding their project assignment and any required desk changes. Your patience is requested during this reorganization. This is a confidential facility matter and is not to be discussed with external agents or teams. If you have any questions, please contact me directly. So yeah, it got to the point where they basically can't even work together anymore.
September 12, 2023. Notes regarding a page of an Alan Wake manuscript I found in the archives. I checked the records, and this page is not in our inventory. I believe it manifested inside the lake house directly. I won't be filing this page. It'll just send Jules into a panic. The page is written in Wake's usual style, so I can't say for certain if it's being literal or figurative when it calls us monsters. But what's interesting is that the page indicates that a painting succeeded in linking Cauldron Lake's threshold with our facility. Writing has always been the clearly superior avenue of research, but I never considered that the writing itself would dictate a different art form as the catalyst for our success. I cannot accept that. I can't allow Jules to stumble his way into success. Not after the years of work I put into this research. I got word yesterday that 2 writers are visiting Bright Falls. I will beat Jules to the finish line.
Okay, yeah. A lot of animosity. Pretty much just open hostility. Also, the intensity of the music. Maybe just a little much, eh?
There was a crack in the lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the water could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant, went bad. The truth was controlled here. The art was not art, just content for the experiment.
Oof. Starting to hit a little close to home. Is this just the same thing? Yeah.
The lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the water could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant, went bad. The truth was controlled here. The art was not art, just content for the experiment.
All right. Initial findings report via regarding Edward Franklin Booker. Married to Tamitha, no known children or dependents, no paracriminal or affiliations found.
In the lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the water could not flow.
Unfortunately, the subtitles are actually covering up text here.
Stagnant, went bad. The truth was controlled here. The art was not art, just content for the experiment.
So we have here the Bookers, both authors, one's a playwright, one's a poet. Background investigation performed in a very short amount of time. Okay.
There was a crack in the lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the water could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant.
Did we meet the Bookers in the main game? We might have. All right, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna sort of jump at the opportunity to take a little break here. We're gonna quick save, and that is gonna be where we call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully, with a save and a restart, when you come back next time, my mouse wheel will be able to scroll bars again, because that seems to be pretty important, and I don't want to miss out on any text if we don't absolutely have to. Also, I might try to wrangle the music down a little bit, because it sure is going awfully hard. So come back next time for that stuff, and maybe even some answers. And we'll see you then.